That's right, ladies and gents. Todd McFarlane isn't giving us the origin story of Spawn. No. The new movie, it's going to have a different origin story. Because that's what you want, isn't it? Fundamentally, that comic book character that you really like. we're not going to get the same... it's not going to be the same, basically. For some weird bloody reason. Why? What are you doing, Todd? It's unbelievable. I keep doing videos on this guy. And each and every single time, the mind boggles every single time I listen to this chat talk. And so many people come out and defend him. Hey, look, guys that keep defending him, you like Spawn, yes? Yes. Do you want a different origin story? Right? Tell me why, because it's not going to be the same Spawn, is it? Fuck. Let's check this out. I don't get it. Why do people feel the incessant need to keep changing the character? I wonder if it's going to be updated for modern day. It'll be like BLM or something. Who knows? Anyway. Comic book writer, artist Todd McFarlane, creator of Image Comics Spawn, revealed in an exclusive interview with CBR that the iconic anti-hero's planned reboot film will do more than simply rehash the origin story fans are already familiar with. Do much more. They're going to change the origin story, right? That's the important part here to note. They're going to change it. It's going to be different. I didn't want to do the comic book origin story from issues 1 to 3 in the movie, McFarlane said. We were looking for people, without even telling them that, to give something a bit different. Unfortunately, 80 to 90% of them, according to the other person involved who was interviewing most of them, were falling into the trap of retelling the comic book story in the movie. We saw that movie. That movie came out 20 plus years ago from New Line. So what haven't we seen that would be interesting and relevant today? Relevant today, both in terms of filmmaking and social content. Relevant today and with social content. I wonder, ladies and gents, are you ready to be lectured? I bet you are. Anyway, come on. Please defend him. Please defend his decision here. This is nonsense. We don't want to do the origin from the comic book because we've seen that in a movie. Do it better then. I don't want to tell the same story that I wrote. Why? 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 It doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it. Why? What total nonsense is this? The mind boggles. Why do you feel the need to keep changing your characters? Why? Anyway, there's more. Oh, there's more. McFarlane refers to the 97 film adaptation of Spawn, which was directed by Mark A.Z. Dippy, I've butchered that, and starred Michael Jai White in the title role. The planned Spawn reboot is slated to be directed by McFarlane himself, with Broken City screenwriter Brian Tucker currently penning the script. When asked what made Tucker stand out, McFarlane replied, "Well, it wasn't just my decision." That's a pretty quick shift of blame. There's a handful of other people working on it that we haven't announced yet. What? So you're working with other people and they decided for you? I don't get it. He continued, one of the people working on it that is going to be a big name when we finally get to announce it, I think he said he went through close to 100 scripts by as many people as he could. We were looking ideally for someone that could bring a voice to the character on 2 levels. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gents. I'm just a white Canadian kid. I haven't lived the life of a man in America of someone with dark skin. So tell me, Todd, why did you feel back when you wrote Spawn that you could tell that story? Well, now apparently you can't. What's changed? Oh, I know. Your incessant need to pander to people has changed. We thought it was important to get the perspective of somebody who has, someone with that perspective coming in and adding a slightly different bent to what you and I, as comic book readers, already know as to what Spawn is about. Guys, please try and defend him. I wonder what you're going to say. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So, I don't want to tell the comic book origin story that I wrote. This is what he's saying. I wrote a comic book story, but I don't want to tell that story again because it was in a movie. I also don't want to tell that story because other people are signed on, and they also had a say in this, and they don't want me, a white Canadian guy, talking about how a black guy lives in America. Sure. Alright. You want to make it relevant today. Making it relevant today doesn't mean it's relevant tomorrow. Remember that. Right? Relevancy today doesn't guarantee relevancy tomorrow. I genuinely thought that when they announced this dude, Brian Tucker, to be working on this, I thought, great, fantastic. Because McFarlane's script was terrible. I've got that script. Spawn appears as gas and a bed, and it is shockingly bad. It is an awful script, right? It is awful. But I'll tell you what's not in it. A bunch of, you know, sort of socio-ethnicity political pandering, right? That's not in it. Which is good. Because apparently now they're looking to change all of that and put that in it. I honestly, I don't get it. I thought when they announced this Brian Tucker that would be a great thing. This seems to be a really bad move for everything involved. We saw that movie, the movie of the comic book character that's popular. Yep, yeah, we did. Yep, and changing that seems to be really dumb, but fine, I guess. That movie came out 20 plus years ago from New Line. Yeah, it did. So what haven't we seen that would be interesting and relevant today, both in terms of filmmaking and social content? Really, all you're focusing on there, mate, is the social content aspect. That's all you actually mean, isn't it, Todd? That is all you mean. There's nothing else there that's important, because you've leveled that out here by saying we were looking ideally for someone that could bring a voice to the character on 2 levels. I'm just a white Canadian kid. I haven't lived the life of a man of America, in America, of someone with dark skin. Your skin's not relevant, guys. That's not. The story of Spawn, there was no relevancy to his skin colour in that. It wasn't important. So now you're bringing that to the forefront of it. You're fundamentally changing the character. Now, I would understand if Spawn's skin colour was important in the comics, right? I'd understand to a certain degree if they wanted to modernise that and get someone on board to tell that story from personal experiences. I get that. But this is fundamentally changing the character. I don't understand why you'd want to do that. I don't understand why you're trying to pander to people. They are not consumers. What are you doing? What are you doing? We don't want that origin story. We're going to give it a new origin, and we're going to do some BS pandering. Great. Let me know what you think, though, down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Any and all, drop them down below. If you want to support the channel, we've got memberships as well as Patreon. Support the channel further, and what I do here, would appreciate it. Give the video a like. Cheers, guys. Take care.